Okay. um, for me, it's about just putting things in perspective. I'm I'm glad that most of my videos sound somewhat clear. At least I try. That's what I'm trying. It's funny how they try to like gaslight me. So, oh, you sound pretty well said. It's like I'm trying to express what's happening to me and show a clear pattern of the things they do to me. And the thing is, they do things very systematically. So at this point, it, it's 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 as if I'm prophet, because what I'm saying today is what you've heard me say. Matter of fact, if you look at anything here, another similar title: memory manipulation. It's been videos of the same things over and over and over and over and over. So at this point, you can figure out, okay, they have these tendencies. They have these tendencies when it comes to manipulations. So as a target individual, I'm a test subject. They're playing my brain. They're playing my body. My organs are failing. I don't know which one. It's like sometimes it feels like they are destroying my body and fixing it. Like the things they've caused for me to experience, I then fixed and then go back. So I know that I am just what you call a test subject, a guinea pig, where they do whatever they can. Well, they do whatever they want in regard of what they want to get. What they want to, they want to play with. But the truth is, I'm one of many, right? And whose they is obviously governmental entities. The facade has been the same things. People try to present themselves as like, look at me. It's art torture. It's like it's obvious who's running the show. It's obvious this technology, this sophistication can only derive from one place, and it's been validated that this technology has been worked on by the same entities that we all know as the DoD. There is facades that are damn near comical. I mean, you see kids with pajamas involved. One of my neighbors I saw, he came out of his apartment, and I know he's a perp, big time. He's say things to make it clear. He's participant. He's involved, and he does his part. And I think he was just like trying to accompany his mother. He's trying to escort his mother to wherever she was going. He comes out of the apartment completely, just boxers and wife beater. My point is, this is not. It doesn't take geniuses to partake. The technology seems to be so sophisticated that anybody can participate, but the things they can do to you is just surreal. Which I understand why people would want to involve themselves and turn into some childlike people. I got the chance to after dealing with this synthetic telepathy and this V2K and this EEG cloning, hair dyeing, whatever of that level of torture. When I started being aware of that got employed after the fact to see people who I can see them 1 second be as smart as it gets, not even as smart as it gets, but just logical being, talking about trends, planning for whatever. Like you see them being in a state of function, being functional and logical, and then all of a sudden see them try to gaslight you into accept these things. I'm not a genius, but they are making me feel like a genius because they dumb themselves down so bad that I can see them. Wow, you see, we can talk about all of this in detailed, and you can talk about the future of these things and how you see the trends. Looks like this is going to be working, they're not working, but also then you can block out this reality that obviously that the Department of Defense has been working on technology that can alter the mind since the 60s, but somehow I should think that there's some next door femme fatale fierce feminism going on here, this is what's happening to me, and they're analyzing my brain, not rewiring the brain, even though this technology called EEG cloning, hair dyeing, where they can literally capture your neural network and put it back in your brain, manipulated. And there's been testimonials from people from all around the world. This is something global. There's mass shootings that have been caused because of people who saying the same thing. But for you guys are different. To see these people in real time, even to the point where we are at war, and you're in corporate office right now on a laptop going through a graph of freaking trends of the sales of these shoes, and you're at war. Do you hear this woman's testimonials of how she's just sounds like another woman that you heard saying, hey, I just woke up, they did these things to my body, they're doing these things to my genitals. Myself make a video in 2020 saying, hey, they do these things with the genitals, right? where they like to target the genitals. It seems like there's something they like to do. I think this video called like the sexual degradation tactics. And I said they have this tendency of like targeting the genitals, the private part, and harming them. This woman, another of many, say, "Hey, I just woke up from this horrible abuse where they are burning the private parts." It's like the government. It seems like it's burning my private part. So it's obvious what this is about. The psychological torture, all in every ways, man. They say that they try to implant personality. They rewire your thought process. They rewire your, literally saying some. I mean, you've heard it. That thing that I bring up over. Oh, the thought process are being rewired. Their brain is being rewired. This is like an offensive information warfare, and they're using these people in a way as if like checking what the deceptive trickeries are working. In regard of breaking them down, to push them, to walk them to their death, to in every fashion, validations. But then they try to do the same thing where they try to gaslight you. Oh no, this is just like, listen, I'm not going to subscribe to this manipulation. I know you guys make me experience this nastiness, and then try to gaslight me to accepting this. And what they do too is manipulate my memories. Listen, they hold on to whatever they can to try to make you accept today what they make you experience. This person you see, Ocean, is somebody in 2014. I'm like 20 something. I see her. She looks just like that, right? On Snapchat, I follow her thinking she's somebody in her early 20s, whatever. Never ever had an interaction with her in my life. Don't know her. Just follow her as somebody I follow her life. Finding out she was not an adult yet when I was following her, but she just looked like an adult. Didn't know that. Never even had an interaction with this in 2014. Today, when they forced me to have sexual stimulation toward children of all ages, from the babies to the older kids, they're like, no, but in 2014, remember, you followed this person. This is how sad it gets. This person there, that obviously, to me, as a 20-some-year-old, look at her, it's like, oh, she's like a college student or something. I'm a 26-year-old. Follow her on this. Never even had a single interaction with this person. I don't know. I don't know this person at all. But she has some stories on her. She traveled the world. She does. Her stories are like very like cool, right? And they've been trying to hold on to her as like the validation today. It's like, oh yeah, you see, that's proof. Matter of fact, as they planning this frame, like, which I bring up a lot because I just want to make sure to make it clear, there's other people in your brain analyzing you, saying that they are framing me, or they are working on a frame where they're using their kids, right, their own children. Listen to how nasty it gets, the neighbors, where their 14-year-old or whatever age these kids are, make it look like I'm doing something to them, I'm in interaction with them, to frame me. Obviously, it's not happening. They are making that look like that. They have access to my phones and everything else, so they can make these things look like it's happening. They apparently there's interaction, and one day I'll have the reveal of what's happening and how am I being framed, like officially. But they've been warning me, this is what we're doing. Then you're gonna rot in jail, they're gonna do this and that, and I was like, okay, well, do your nastiness. First of all, we know that there's no good ending to anybody who partake in this kind of things, especially if you do that to your children. If anything, you can hate me as much as you want, but what do you hate your children too? Because you know damn well this is not going to end well for your child. There's nobody's going to be, oh, the future is going to be so bright for this person. Because you know what? This person is going to be hung. And you know, they live off my tortures, like, you're going to be hung. It's like, okay, I'll be hung, and then what's going to happen to you? You're going to live a good life? No. It's sad. You'll be, your life will never be the same. I reassure you, if your parents aren't saying that, let me be this prophet again, being the smart person that I am, speaking things so well. I've become this wise man for saying the most obvious shit ever. Now, memory manipulation. This person I followed in 2014, thinking she was an adult, but she has a little sister that obviously looks like a kid. Guess what they're doing? Memory manipulation. Now they start creating some reaction stimulation toward her little sister, who obviously was a kid. It was like a baby. It's like a goofy looking kid. Just like a 10, 11, maybe 12 max. Now they try to create this, not, but you feel like that or the sister. And you look at what they try to do. My brain right now, my memory, I so eroded that timelines are just phased out. And so I remember after August 2019, there's this confusion where they make me think, oh, maybe, and I'm not sure because my brain at this point is just like, woo, phase it. But that's how it feels. It feels like this woman, now woman, she had like a flashback of her and her sister. And the sister there looked like she was a 12-year-old kid, 10-year-old in my memories. And at the time, because, these people, they want you to identify with this manipulation. They want you to be like, oh, this is me. So initially, the way they were doing things is they would not change your memory about the things that you clearly remember not experiencing 3 months ago. Right? So, because it was shortly after August 2019, they didn't put the stimulation immediately. It's like, okay, let's try to be strategic about this. Let's not give him stimulation there. So they didn't give me stimulation, even though it was after August 2019, at least in my memory. I didn't get any reaction, manipulation. That today they forced me to have toward these babies, these kids, and be like, oh, we mapped it. Now they're bringing this back up. It's like, was it really after August 2019? Because if it was after August 2019, then we'll put some stimulation. I'm like, before August 2019, saw this, her little sister here, playing piano, being cool, like a sinner. No, none of these nasty things that you make me experience today was experienced. If this is a flashback that she brought back, I don't recall being manipulated to have any reaction. And I understand why you would not put the stimulation there, because I've seen the little sister so much in her stories that it would be stupid to all of a sudden put stimulations like, okay, and you're not being manipulated. So why? How come? So today, what they're doing, they're going back into memories and putting stimulation in my memories when I was seeing both of them together when the sister was like a little kid, like a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old. And put stimulation there. Matter of fact, I saw those two together. The sister at this point looked like a 15, 16-year-old kid. They forced me to get sexual stimulation. Because at this point, this teenage kid looked a little older. She looked less of a kid, looked closer to like, she's the older kid. She still looked very, very much, she looked very much like a teenage kid. Unlike her sister, she looked like a child. I'm sure she's going to look like a child till like she's late 20s. She looked like a typical little skinny, typical 15. They forced me to have reaction. But my point is now what they're doing is they're going to my memories, falsifying my memories by putting stimulation before August 2019 when her sister looked like a very much a baby, like a 12-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid, and put stimulation in my brain, in my memories, and create this version of my memories once again. And then they're like, oh, they're going to rape you, they're going to fist you, they're going to... Every time to make me accept this new version. Now, this version of memories are going to be experienced that way. This is all they do. They look at how they can play around with memories, with reactions and stimulations, and change them. And then gaslight me by telling me how I'm going to be tortured in all these horrible ways because their children are going to be used to frame me. At this point, I don't care. Like, who don't believe. Listen, why? So, how come am I making videos of that nature 3-4 years ago? Saying the same thing. Am I just a prophet? That I know this moment will come? Oh, you know what they're going to do? They're going to make memories manipulated of this sister. So, in 2020, I'm going to make a video now in advance. Now, they do this fear type of manipulations. And then they manipulate your memories to make you accept the way you react this way. It's about this memory. They think if they can alter your memories, then you can accept this. Never. And the way they're going to compensate by the fact that I'm not identifying, I'm calling out what they're doing, I'm not experiencing, unfortunately, is one thing. I can speak about what they're doing to me, but I'm going to experience what they want me to experience. It's two different things. I will not be able to experience what I'm saying. I can just express it. For me, it's just continuously just remember, their job right now, their life consists of how we gonna break him down and make him accept this manipulation. What else can we play with? Okay, this is just so random because what they're doing is doing this thing where they're using this. Did this, was this like a flashback? Like on the pictures we have, like throwback Thursday or flashback, Friday or something like that. Something like that was like on her profile, something like that. After August 19, 2019, I didn't get any reaction. I remember not getting any stimulation or nothing. Matter of fact, I was laughing because the kid kind of looked goofy, okay? But it's a typical kid, 12-year-old, 12, 11 years old, 12 max. And I remember, like, look at how goofy she looks. But she's just a kid, very much a kid. But now they try to confuse my brains. Like, was it after August 19, 2019? Because if it was after August 19, 2019, we could have made you feel any reaction. But even though you say we didn't make you feel anything. Or maybe it was before. And they try to play with my brain like that. And then it's like, okay. And then they go into like when, for sure, I remember seeing before August 19, before August 19, 2019, when she was playing piano, when she was talking to her sister, and putting this stimulation in my memories. Then when I know for sure, I experienced none of these things. It is about manipulating the brain into accepting these things. It's disgusting. It's 24/7. And then they use these perps, using all their sensible voice. No, we mapped it. It's still you. Some guys like, yeah, no, we just mapped it. They have all different ways. It's like, you're a fucking clown. And then when they see them, just find them comical. Oh, they're going to rape you. It's like, okay, I'll get raped and I will not identify with these manipulations. You will live looking for how you can manipulate any of this nastiness that you want me to experience. And yes, it's pedophilia centric. You are living life, rewiring people's brain to think about kids in sexual ways, and then you'll die. Whatever death comes to you, you live this life at one point. If you think this is a honorable, dignified life in your fucking peaches and sweatpants, I'd rather die in hell. I'd rather get hung. Because you are making me feel like this horrible death I'm going to go through is fucking dignified. You are making me a dignified individual. I'm not perfect. I know my imperfection very, very well. You are here trying to make me imagine the little sister of this girl in this fashion. And you saying it's me. No. Now you made me this dignified person that is out here saying these things. While you are living life, finding ways to implant not even putting stimulation of that nature toward children. Now, my friend, I think these people have to recognize who they are now. And now I'm this person who speaks so well with this wisdom, this genius that I have now. No, you've made me be a dignified human being. I'm not perfect. I'm not the type of trying to walk around. I'm perfect. I know my imperfection. I make fun of myself. I know who I am. But now you clowns who take yourself so serious and try to be now looking like clowns and retards. May even make yourself talk in these ways because now it's like, okay. Death comes to all of us. I'm just so thankful to God that I got the chance to see things for what they are. Now God gave me strength for the horrible things I'm going to go through. And I know it sounds dignified and well spoken, but truly God gave me strength for all of that. But thank you for making me see things for what they are.